Hey guys, Danny here once again, bringing you another video. Sorry I haven't posted anything in the last 2 or 3 days. I've just not been feeling too well. Coming down with a bit of a cold, but getting slightly better now, so let's get into this week's video. So today I'm just going to go over how to Fury Warrior PvP patch 5.2. As everyone knows, patch has recently hit. Fury, before I get into the whole video and everything else, just gonna say Fury is not a serious PvP spec. It hasn't been since season 5, and I don't think it really will be. It's just really a spec people tend to play for fun, just for burst, battlegrounds, and just for lols in arena if you want to. It's by no means a serious spec to go high end arena rating or RBGs and stuff. So saying that and getting that out of the way, let's get into the video. The first thing I'll go over is you'll probably notice a lot more people playing Fury, even if it is for a bit of rating or however they choose to play it. The main reason for that is the change to Wild Strike. Now we'll cover the first change to Wild Strike, which is, if I can find it in my talent book, spell book, yep, it's Blood Surge. So what Blood Surge does now is your Bloodthirst hits have a 20% chance of making your next 3 Wild Strikes free and reducing their global cooldown to 1 second. So at the moment, Wild Strike, obviously if you use it, it's a 30 rage cost, which is pretty heavy. So obviously it's pretty costly with rage and stuff, as you can see. But your Bloodthirsts have a 20% chance of proccing Blood Surge, which will give you 3 Wild Strikes at 0 rage cost. As you can see here, we have 3 Blood Surge procs. You know, we're literally sitting on a full rage bar, so you can get a heroic strike in there as well. So that's the major change, more or less, which has come about in Fury, the change to Blood Surge. With arms rotation and stuff, and the way the cost to overpower and the rage not feeling as smooth at the moment, people might just for fun and stuff go towards Fury for a bit and play it. The second main reason why a lot of people might choose to go with Fury now is the change to Bladestorm. With Bladestorm, you become a whirling storm of destruction force, striking all targets within 8 yards with both weapons for 120% weapon damage every 1 second for 6 seconds. This is the key part now. During a Bladestorm, you can continue to dodge, block and parry, and are immune to movement impairing and loss of control effects. However, you can only perform shout abilities. So we can no longer be disarmed, which is the key factor of Bladestorm now. Because first, if you use Bladestorm, you got disarmed. That's it. Bladestorm flat on your face, no damage, waste of a cooldown, and back to square one again. So you can no longer be disarmed with Bladestorm, and it's really nice to use it with your CDs. If you pop Recklessness, it's good to have it with Bloodbath because it dots up all your targets and slows them by 50% as well, and the damage isn't pretty bad. I'll just show you guys. So you charge, pop everything, and you wreck. So you know it's ticking for like 30, 40, 60k, which is not bad if you're AoE DPSing. It's pretty nice. You know, you can kill people with it. So that's a good factor now, having two-handers and popping wreck and Bladestorm with the rest of your cooldowns. It's pretty fun. Now, saying that, let's get overall into how to Fury PvP. The main thing you want to know is always keep Bloodthirst on a cooldown. That's your major ability, just the way Mortal Strike is for arms. Just to cover what Bloodthirst is. Bloodthirst instantly attack the target, dealing 90% weapon damage plus 1121 with your main hand weapon, and restoring 2% of your health. Bloodthirst has double the normal chance to be a critical strike, generates 10 rage. So the key factors of Bloodthirst: number 1, generates rage; number 2, it heals us for 2%; and number 3, which it doesn't say there, it has the chance to proc Enrage, which then procs Raging Blow, and obviously gives us physical damage increase by, I will tell you how much exactly. Where is Enrage? I believe I think it's about 10% or something along those lines, 10 to 16%. But yeah, it's a very important ability to use. After that, Colossal Smash, as we all know, same thing as arms. I'm not really going to cover and explain Colossal Smash now. It does exactly the same thing. The principle is the same. Then after that, if Raging Blow procs, you want to use Raging Blow because it does a ton of damage. It's our hardest hitting ability. Raging Blow, a mighty blow that deals 190% weapon damage from both melee weapons. Becoming enraged enables one use of Raging Blow. Limit to 2 charges, so you can Bloodthirst and say you do Colossal Smash and Raging Blow procs, but you don't use it, and you Bloodthirst again, so you can. It's a critical one. It'll give you another charge, so you basically can have 2 charges of Raging Blow. Your filler is going to be Wild Strike, even though Blood Surge doesn't proc. You're going to be using Wild Strike instead of Heroic Strike, because Wild Strike does do more damage. Heroic Strike it's only really going to be used if you have like Blood Surge proc and you use 3 Wild Strikes and you Bloodthirst again and you have enough rage, and you Colossal Smash with an 80 rage health bar, and then you can fit a Heroic Strike in there for the extra damage within the CS phase. But apart from that, it's not really going to be used much. The rest of the abilities are more or less the same. You have the same abilities as you would in arms, so defensive wise, offensive wise, the cooldowns and stuff are still the same, so no need to worry about any of those things. The glyphs I would recommend using, the most important one would be Glyph of Bloodthirst. What that do is increases the healing of Bloodthirst by 100%. So where it's 2% right now, it'll be 4%. So if we just charge Bloodthirst, as you can see, it healed for 8,156. So it's not bad at all, to be fair. Every time you use a Bloodthirst to heal you for 8,156 health, it's pretty good. So I would go with that. The next glyph will be Glyph of Death from Above. Reduce the cooldown of Heroic Leap by 15 seconds. Again, movement is very important for warriors, so definitely go with that. In my personal preference is still Glyph of Hindering Strikes. Heroic Strike and Cleave reduce the target's movement speed by 50% for 8 seconds. I prefer that than Piercing Cowl, to be fair. I like Staggering Shout, being able to root a target. I find it a lot more beneficial than to have to go for Piercing Cowl. I can get the same effect of Piercing Cowl with the Glyph of Hindering Strike, so I would really go with that. Definitely go with Blade Storm. It's probably the best thing for Fury Warriors. Two-handers using Blade Storm and your cooldowns, it's quite devastating damage. Safeguard without said, and I would go with Bloodbath. Like I said, the AoE damage, the spread of the dot on all your targets, and slowing them will be really good. So personally pick Bloodbath. Avatar is just more for burst, single target, but I would definitely go with Bloodbath. Second Wind, again without said, and your charge, just depending on your play style and how you like to play. I most of the time go with Ballbringer for a stun. It also reduces the movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds now, so you don't really need to cast a hamstring straight away after you charge. You know, saves you that bit of rage to use in something else. And also, if a lot of people didn't know, Recklessness cooldown has been reduced to 3 minutes, but at the same time its additional chance to crit has been reduced by 20%, so now it's down to 30% from 50%. Personally, I preferred the 5-minute cooldown with the 50%, but see how things pan out. It shouldn't be too bad because you can always time your Skull Banner and Recklessness, and if you have Avatar all together, and the damage should be pretty decent on it. So that's something we'll test out in the near future. But yeah, everything else is still more or less the same. Not much else has changed. I'll just go over a quick rotation just to show you guys, if you don't know how to you know, go over the basic things as a Fury Warrior. So you Bloodthirst, you Colossal Smash, we got in Rage proc there, so we went for Raging Blow, and again Raging Blow, get a Wild Strike in there. If we're not in Rage, we'll use our Berserker Rage to get a proc. So you basically just want to have Bloodthirst on cooldown, and have Colossal Smash when it comes up, and just use Raging Blow as priority and use your Wild Strike as a filler. And remember to get like a Heroic Strike on the target if the slow effect hasn't been applied, if you're using the hindering strike glyph, and make use of your cooldowns really, and you should do a ton of damage in this patch. But once again, it's only all for fun. Fury Warriors are not really going to be any serious PvP players, so just play for it for lows, for fun, for what you think is best. The last thing I'll just go over, in enchant wise, I usually keep Dancing Still on my main hand and keep Windsong on the offhand. Windsong increases your crit, haste, or whatever your highest stat is by a certain amount for 20 seconds, I think it is. And Dancing Still everyone uses on their main hand anyway as a melee DPS, so definitely go with that. Stat priority, again, go with crit as much as you can get. Make sure you hit an expertise cap for level 90, and then just get mastery. Mastery is the new what it does now is it resets the Colossal Smash, so it's the new sudden death. Your auto attacks and your mastery have a 10% chance to reset your Colossal Smash, so mastery plays a bigger part than it did before. So definitely, once you're hit and expertise capped, go with crit as much as you can, and where you can't go with crit, go with mastery. Everything else is second best. I hope you guys enjoyed this not so quick but shortish guide, and hope you have fun playing your Fury Warrior on patch 5.2. Any questions, any comments, please leave down below. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so. Thanks very much and enjoy. It's Daani.